Good day, I'm Stephen McHugh, and this is your JIS News for Wednesday, April 20. The National Works Agency, NWA, is reporting that motorists can now freely traverse sections of Montego Bay, which were impacted by yesterday's heavy rainfall. NWA Community Relations Officer Janelle Ricketts tells JIS News that floodwaters have subsided in the affected areas. But she says a team from the NWA is currently responding to reports of landslides in and around Montego Bay.
Most of the roadways are back to normal in terms of the flood waters subsiding. What we do have now is in terms of washdown silt on several sections of the roadway, including sections of the Elegant Corridor. We also have situations up in the hills in terms of, for example, areas such as John Paul and Spring Mount, where we have incidents of landslips or landslides.
The NWA Community Relations Officer says a damage assessment is currently being done to get estimates for repairs to flooded areas. Yesterday's rains resulted in flooding in other parts of St. James, including Fairview, Westgate Hills, South Gully, and St. Clavers Avenue. So far, one death has been reported, and a search is underway for an elderly woman who was washed away by the floodwaters. Firefighters at the Old Harbour Fire Station can now operate in a more comfortable environment following the official opening of a new $59 million facility. The new station, which was built by the Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development, was officially opened yesterday. It includes improved amenities such as gender-specific bathrooms, male and female dormitories, reception area, offices, and a recreational space. The facility is expected to serve more than 35,000 persons in Old Harbour and its environs. Portfolio Minister Desmond McKenzie says the government remains resolute in providing members of the Jamaica Fire Brigade with the tools to perform their duties effectively.
We are changing or moving the goalposts. We are putting into the Jamaica Fire Brigade all that is required for them to perform their duties.
Minister McKenzie says that with the recent acquisition of 30 new fire trucks, each station now has more than one unit to respond. He adds that a significant amount of money has been allocated in this year's budget to purchase tools and gears for the firefighters. In other news, Prime Minister Andrew Holness says there has been a marked reduction in serious crimes within the 7 zones of special operations, ZOSOs. Mr. Holness gave the update in Parliament recently as he sought and received a 60-day extension of operations in the zones. The Prime Minister revealed that as of April 11, there have been no recorded shootings or murders in the Parade Gardens and Savannah Lamar zones. The Norwood ZOSO has recorded no shootings, while murders are down by 83%. The other 4 zones have also seen significant dips in murders and shootings within their boundaries.
The zones of special operations are demanded now, not just by the general population, but certainly by the communities that have been declared.
The Ministry of Agriculture and Fisheries will be developing a dairy goat farming cluster with 15 farmers who will sell their milk to the Cobra Ranch Dairy Goat Farm in St. Mary. State Minister Franklin Witter made the disclosure Monday at the 34th staging of the St. Mary Agri Expo. Mr. Witter says the cluster is part of plans to rebuild the dairy industry in the parish while providing value-added products such as yogurt, cheese, and flavored milk. He's calling on farmers to play their part.
We encourage farmers to reduce your feed costs by utilizing plants such as the mulberry and lucina, which are high in protein as feed. We have established a demonstration plot at the Rada Parish Office. The Jamaica Dairy Development Board will also be providing training for goat farmers in the development of new value chain products.
And finally, persons visiting medical facilities, including health centers, hospitals, and doctors' offices, must wear masks, adhere to hand washing and sanitizing protocols, as well as physical distancing rules. That's the updated and reissued guidelines for COVID-19 infection and control by the Ministry of Health and Wellness. Despite government's lifting of the mandatory mask wearing in enclosed spaces, Chief Medical Officer Dr. Jacqueline Bisesa McKenzie says health facilities are high-risk areas for infection given persons go there for care. As a result, she says it's important for persons to take the necessary precautions to protect themselves from the virus. Dr. McKenzie says health facilities must maintain the process of screening patients with respiratory symptoms. The Ministry of Health is also urging healthcare workers to apply standard infection prevention and control precautions in all situations, wearing masks and other personal protective gear. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Stephen McHugh. Thanks for watching.